Larry tried to kill me.
Yeah. I was so thoroughly disgusted.
I mean, think about it. Why does it make you special to do what you do?
Packers jumping around. They rush four. Plenty of time for John. Now squeezes, steps up in the pocket. Elliott can run inside the 10. Head first. He dives off the 5-yard line. My goodness.
Rushing four, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground, and it's still on the ground. Picked up by T.J. Ward at the 4-yard line.
There's also Brian Clady and Bob Miller. Third and long 3. Going deep. Oh, and he's got Thomas. Goodbye. Touchdown. Here we go. First stamp of the overtime. The Broncos have been in 3 overtime games this year. They won them all. Got him at the 40. It's Thomas at the 50. Stiff arm got him 3 to the 30. To the 20. Thomas to the 10. Denver's going on to New England. They win it on the first play of overtime.
Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown on the MHRT network. This is a show that's everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, my comments. I am your host, Bronco Bill. All right, before I get into it, Bubba says, I'm here as always early. Normally, Avatar's early. That's why I said Avatar. But, hey, Bubba, man, you snuck in there and beat out Avatar. Avatar says, what's up, Broncos country and Avalanche fanatics? Awesome. Avalanche, they didn't do too well, Avatar, the other day against Minnesota, but I'll leave that for another show. Not my show, but the cluster part. All right. Bubba says, Judy to the Browns for Kareem Hunt and Jordan Kunizak. I think it's how it's pronounced. I'll get into a little bit of stuff that's swirling around. I know that's what you want, Bubba. I totally get it. I'll get into it. I just don't want those guys gone. Put it this way. Bubba also says that's what he's hearing. Wow. Is that coming from Cleveland? Because I haven't heard anything from Denver on that side. But that's interesting. If that's coming from Cleveland, I'm wondering if it's a thought, a hope. I don't know. Let me know, Bubba, where you got that. Because like I said, I have not heard that on the Broncos. I've heard some other stuff, which I'll get into during this show. But I haven't heard that side from the Browns. Okay. Let's see. Avatar says, along with what Bubba was saying, I won't believe that Peyton will trade away Sutton or Judy. I don't either, but I do have some stuff regarding that coming up. So it's quite interesting. But Dungas, you said you were here, but you weren't in the chat. So how do we know you're here? I don't have telepathy or whatever that thing's called, where you can see through. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. All right, let me get into this. This is weird. Scouting the draft. Per Mike Kliss of 9 Sports News in Denver, the Broncos are flying in Texas Longhorns linebacker DeMarvion Overshawn for a top 30 visit on April 18th. Wait, whoa, stop. I don't get this. top 30 pick. Denver doesn't have a. Does that mean that Denver's? We just got through saying in the chat that there's no way Sean Payton and the Broncos are going to trade away Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton. I'm not saying that's happened. I'm just saying, why would they be targeting a top 30 draft pick, a linebacker from the Texas Longhorns, if the Broncos don't even have a first or second rounder? We're talking the 70s. Draft in the 70s or late 60s. 30? I'm not liking this, guys. I'm not liking this one bit. I don't want Jeudy gone. I said that over and over and over to him, Bronco blue in the face. I don't want Jeudy or Courtland Sutton gone. I know everybody says, oh, we need draft picks. Oh, I get that. But you're willing to trade away a Jerry Jeudy for a number 30 draft pick? Not me. Not this guy. No. We now have weapons. And we have a head coach. Well, we've had weapons. But we now have a head coach that understands how to use those weapons. Why get rid of them? We have linebackers. We have Singleton. We have why can't I never remember his name? Singleton and yeah, that guy. I don't know why I can't. Ding, what? Hang on, Madunga, that just flashed up. Ding dong. Oh my gosh. Going back to, why would you get rid of Jerry Jeudy? Why? No, not Jerry Jeudy. Not for a linebacker. Oh, Josie Jewell. Thanks, Madunga. She said Honey Bear. Josie Jewell and Singleton. Why would we get rid of Jerry Jeudy for another one? I don't get it. And number 30? So you're going to trade away Jerry Jeudy to get a linebacker. Stupid. Stupid, in my opinion. I don't care. It says here that he's 6'2", 229 pounds, and described as a rangy athlete who can play inside and outside. Whoopee. I don't care. We got those guys. We don't need this guy to come in and take away a weapon like Jerry Jeudy. No, I'm not in favor of that. None whatsoever. Say what you want. I know we need, players. We've got defensive players. We need, and I know we have Callaway, and I understand that Jerry Jeudy's been a hot commodity out there in the trade bait. I understand that, but I don't care. The only reason why Jerry Jeudy is a hot commodity, two reasons. One, teams know the Broncos don't have draft picks in the first and second rounds. The other one is because Jerry Jeudy is freaking good. That's why. That's exactly why. They're not going after Courtland Sutton as hard as they are after Jeudy. Why? Because Courtland Sutton didn't have the year that Jeudy had. Judy's a better receiver, better run router. That's why they come. Hello, are you interested? No, we're not. Or maybe. I'll get into that down the road. All right. Yes, I did say Josie Jewell. Okay, if you're Bronco blue in the face, then you need to take a breath. No, it's a proven fact. If you hold your breath, you cannot die. You'll pass out, because that's the natural body function, is that you pass out and then your body takes over and you start breathing again. So you can't physically die. Now, if you do, I'm not getting into that. I'm not going to do about what can happen. No. I'm not. Nope, not going down that road again. Okay, speaking of the draft is being held this year in Kansas City, Missouri, or maybe Kansas City, Kansas. I don't know. It's right on the border, whatever side they want to sit on. This is strange, and I don't understand this. I don't even know where this came from, to tell you the truth. All right. This is about Terrell Davis and Jake Plummer. Broncos president Damani Leach said that Terrell Davis and Jake Plummer will be announcing the team's draft picks from Kansas City. Nope. Somewhere else in the United States? Nope. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The draft is being held in Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, St. Louis, whatever. Kansas City, Kansas, whatever. And Jake Plummer and Terrell Davis are not going to be there to announce the draft? Well, you got to understand, we don't have a draft pick till round 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 15, whatever. Because we gave away the farm to get Russell Wilson. It's a whole nother thing. Anyways, why is Terrell Davis and Jake Plummer not in the United States? Oh, Damani Leach says that Terrell Davis and Jake Plummer will be announcing the team's draft picks from Mexico City and Monterrey, Mexico. Huh? What are they going to be doing? Stand behind a little makeshift podium going, the Denver, how's that going? Why? That makes zero sense to me. And I know that the NFL is trying to expand football into different regions and different, getting popularity. I know the Broncos are somewhat popular in Mexico City. That's all well and good. But what the heck? Is it going to be in a big old, who's going to be there? I mean, Terrell Davis is going to stand there and go, the Denver Broncos select in the 3rd round, blah, blah, whatever. And who's going to be there? Nobody but a cameraman? Or maybe a camera and nobody there? Because nobody else is. I don't get this. This to me is preposterous. Seriously. I get the connection that Mexico City supports the Broncos a lot. But they're what? 4,000 or 5,000 miles away down south from what? Texas or something? I don't know how far down it is. I know it ain't in the United States. And I dang sure know it's not in Kansas City. I don't get this. I know it's an NFL ploy to get more fans involved. That's all well and good. But my point is, who's going to be there? Are there going to be a whole lot of Mexican citizens that flock this arena to watch Terrell Davis announce one guy? I don't know. I mean, I don't know the dynamics of this. I'm not on that side of the ledger, so to speak, of the NFL. I'm just saying this is strange. I've never heard of this before. And not just one player, but 2. Terrell Davis, or one of them is going to be in Mexico City. The other one's going to be in Monterrey, Mexico. Great vacation. Great vacation, I guess. I don't know. It just totally caught me off guard. Totally caught me off guard when I saw that. I'm like, wait a minute. We don't have the NFL draft in those 2 cities. Wow. Going back to the holding your breath till you're blue in the face. Madunga says, I feel like you know that because you tried it. No, I did not try. But as kids, kids always say, I'm gonna hold my breath till I die. Never happens. Never happens. But no, Madungus, I did not try it physically. I mean, I've held my breath. Every kid tried to. I mean, especially if you're swimming. If you're swimming, Southern California and all that, and if you go swimming and you hold your breath underwater, and you try and hold that extra second or whatever, even then you don't want to do it. Madunga says round 10 or 15. Hey, I'm just throwing out the rounds because we don't have anything in the top 2. So I'm just throwing out, I don't know what rounds we're going to get. I know they only go 7. I'm not that old to not remember that. It's just that it just seems so ridiculous to go after a guy who they target in the top 30 and the Broncos don't even have a pick until like round 3. And I was being facetious by saying, 10 or 15, because that's how ridiculous it is. Anyways, Madungus also says Mexico City actually has the second biggest Denver Bronco fan base. Okay, that's good. Okay. And like I said earlier, I know it's an NFL ploy. I know it's a way to get more fans involved, and that's all well and good. It just caught me off guard because I'm just thinking to myself, okay, you got this big stage, this big arena or whatever. They're filled with all these Bronco fans for one draft pick. I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. Just seems strange to me. That's it. Okay. Let's go to a Broncos big change. Mike Kliss of 9 Sports reports that there is a big change coming to the Broncos this season. Well, we already know that because we got a better head coach. We got a head coach that knows how to win. Oh, by the way, also knows how to call a game plan, how to get the best out of the players. Yeah, something we haven't seen in a while. Anyways, Sean Payton said, and I quote, "I do know we're playing tackle football, and you have to practice tackle football," end quote. Bingo. Bingo. You don't just walk through a little drill and just go, oh, don't touch him. Put little skirts on him. That's what Hackett did. Hackett did that because Hackett was a tree-hugging, buddy kind of coach. I mean, he wasn't there to win games. He was there to make buddies and friends. Why do you think he's not a head coach on the Jets? He's back to an offensive coordinator. Some offensive coordinators or defensive coordinators or whatever coordinator you are don't always make great head coaches. Wade Phillips is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. He's not a great head coach. I mean, it happens. I'm not trying to say that Hackett is not a good offensive coordinator. Maybe I can say that because he's only had Aaron Rodgers. Well, when you have an Aaron Rodgers or a Patrick Mahomes or a Peyton Manning, you're going to have excellence up here because they know what they're doing. You don't really need a great head coach to let them or tell them what to do. They already know it. A great head coach is when you have a player who isn't performing at his best. Or like Sean Payton took Drew Brees. Drew Brees in San Diego, when he got injured, and I was at that game, and I loved every bit of it because that was a Broncos win. Anyways, when Drew Brees got injured and the Chargers discard him because they don't know talent when they see it. Anyways, Drew Brees goes to New Orleans. What does Sean Payton do? He takes an injured quarterback in Drew Brees and turns him into a Super Bowl champion. Now, sure, there was other faculties that played into them being the Colts with that onside kick to start the second half. I understand all that. That's all well and good. That's coaching. That is absolutely coaching. Knowing that you have the ability to strike. And that's what I love about Sean Payton. And, if he can do that with Drew Brees, he can do it with Russell Wilson. So my whole thing is, you're playing tackle football. You have to practice tackle football, not flag football, not no pads, not going out there and just saying, okay, we're just going to do a walkthrough. No, you're not doing that. Because the NFL is not about well, to a certain degree of penalties are touchy feely thing, but you know what I'm saying. NFL is a tackling league, period. And if you can't learn how to tackle and you cannot go out there and perform the way you need to perform because you haven't practiced that, Sean Payton said enough's enough. Enough is enough. We're not doing that. That's not how the system is. And I've mentioned many times on my shows past that I've quoted Sean Payton, where he says, this Broncos team is not for everybody. And I firmly believe it. When he first said it, I went, whoa, what are you talking about? I get it. What he's saying is this Broncos team is not for everybody, meaning if you're not here to go and do what we need to get done to be at this higher level, not down here like we've been for the last 6 years, but up here where we need to be, then you can move on. But if you want to be here and be at that level, then we need to work hard. And it starts with tackling, and it starts with preseason, and it starts with playing hard in OTAs, whatever you got to do. That's exactly what I like about him. He's like, you know what? This is my team now. This is my team now. You hired me. Give me the reins. No pun intended. All right. Let's go to, wait a minute. And I rejoice about what, Madungus? Preseason or tackling or all the above? Not sure. Oh, Bubba, preposterous is a big word for Bill. Yeah, thanks, man. And well, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't think I could spell it, but at least I could say it. May not have the actual correct meaning. Hope so, but hey, it sounded good, and I was able to get it out. So, thanks for acknowledging that, Bubba. I appreciate it. All right, let's go to Joe Vitt. Sean Payton has added big-time experience to his coaching staff by the way of Joe Vitt. Now, he coached him coming out of retirement, which I think is phenomenal because not too many coaches or even GMs for that matter can coach a former coach or player or whatever to come out of retirement. Has to be a pretty sweet deal. Here it is. Vitt was with Payton in New Orleans from 2006 to 2011 and an assistant head coach in 2013 through 2016. Vitt will be the assistant to Sean Payton, the head coach. That is great. That's great. Because Sean Payton realizes that, you know what? You never can have too much experience. You never can have too much knowledge that you can lean on. And Sean Payton has coached in the NFL for quite a long time. I mean, we're not talking just 4 or 5 years. We're talking, 10, 15 years on up. He has experience. But to realize that, you know what? I'm coming into a new organization. I'm coming into a new team, a new city, a new format, per se, by ownership and all of that. And he was out of the NFL in coaching for an entire year last year. So to rely on somebody like this, and for Vitt to say, hey, you know what? I mean, I don't know what Vitt said. I'm just thinking inside my head. Maybe Vitt said, you know what? I'm enjoying retirement. I'm not really ready to come. Wait a minute. Sean Payton wants me? Sean Payton? Oh, the guy that I spent all that time with? All right. If Sean Payton is asking me to come out of retirement and be on his staff, yeah, I'll do it for him. That, to me, speaks volumes, not one way, but two ways. One, because he realizes the person that Sean Payton is and the kind of leadership and staff that he puts together and works with. Not only that, but the second thing is the camaraderie that he has with Sean Payton. The familiarity, the assurance, the knowledge to know that, hey, you know what? He's gonna give me what I need to move forward. And I mean, come on, how many people come out of retirement? I don't know how many years he signed. It didn't say that they don't have to really release, coaching salaries and years and things like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just 1 year. Maybe it's 2 years. I don't know. Have no idea. I just like the fact that he's there, because if Sean Payton is familiar with him and he realizes that he may need somebody that has a different perspective on things, a different way of coaching or whatever, and can lean on him, that only makes the Broncos better. This Broncos team is not going to look like last year, guys. It is not going to look like that last year. So put that in your rearview mirror as far back as you can, because Sean Payton and his coaching staff is so much more advanced than Hackett could ever think of being. And I know I blasted Hackett, but hey, he's the one that only got 5 wins. Only got 4 wins. because can't think of that guy's name. Special teams coordinator we had the last 2 games. He got 1 win against the Chargers. So Hackett only got 4 to his credit. Yeah. This is a far cry. 180-degree difference. Man, I cannot wait. All right. Reunited. Kinda. Not really, but kinda. Brandon Johnson and Marquez Callaway were both recruited to Tennessee and played there for former Broncos wide receiver coach Zach Asani. How's that reunited? They're not reunited. They could have been reunited if Asani had stayed in Denver. But Asani chose and left. Well, maybe he didn't choose because, Sean Payton didn't bring him on. But Asani is now on the Jets as their wide receiver coach. So it wasn't reunited on the Broncos standpoint, but it could have been. Absolutely could have been. And I'm thinking to myself, Zach Asani with Brandon Johnson and Marquez Callaway, what that could have been? Never know. We'll never know. Because Asani is now on the Jets. And I have some other news regarding, players that could go. Jets are beefing up, guys. They are beefing up big. And that is pretty scary. Because, think about it. If, playoff time, hopefully the Broncos make the playoffs. If not this year, certainly next year. And then you got the Jets who are building up. And we don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to go to the Jets. And that hasn't been confirmed. That hasn't been finalized. It's kind of laid low this last week. But there is a receiver that's looking to go to the Jets. And in hopes of Rodgers going there. But I'll get to that in just a bit. In fact, here it is. Wide receiver, is he headed east? The Jets are nearing a deal with former Giants, Browns, and Rams wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr., per source. The deal is not final, but New York Jets is on the verge of landing another superstar receiver. Wow. So if Odell Beckham Jr., man, that guy's got a lot of problems. Odell Beckham Jr. has got a lot of problems. And is he still a great receiver? Obviously he's a professional, so yeah, he's a good receiver. I don't know, man. If Odell Beckham Jr. goes to the Jets and somehow, some way the Jets could land Aaron Rodgers, you have to put the Jets at least competing with the Buffalo Bills, if not, overtaking them in that division. So then what do you have? You have the Jets, the Bills, 1A, 1B, whatever. And then you got the Patriots. Oh, wait a minute. Or you have the Dolphins. That all of a sudden becomes a very, very tough division. The Jets are trying to make serious moves. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But, man, Odell Beckham Jr., to me, I just think that would be a cancer in that locker room. Would it bother me? Heck no. I don't like the Jets. I don't like the Jets at all. Why would I like them? And I dang sure don't like Aaron Rodgers. Thank goodness he didn't come to Denver. I know people say, oh, well, you got screwed because you got Russell Wilson and he was nothing last year and you gave up all those draft choices. I'd far rather have a Russell Wilson on the Bronco team than an Aaron Rodgers with the same record. Absolutely. Aaron Rodgers, to me, reminds me of a freaking prima donna. It's all about him. Oh, I'm going to go off to this place where it's really dark and I can just go ahead, just sit there and smoke. I don't know, do whatever. It's just, God, that he's weird, man. Aaron Rodgers is strange. Yeah, he needs to go to New York because New York is strange, in my opinion. I should know. I have a sister that lives in New Jersey. knows all about New York. Yeah, strange. All right. Will not happen. Sean Payton. Now, remember I mentioned earlier about, possibly taking a draft pick at number 30. Well, how are you going to get to number 30 unless you trade people? Sean Payton, hang on. Sean Payton has basically put his coaching foot down when it comes to many things. Here is such a case. Payton told the media, and I quote, "I see and read just like you. And occasionally when someone really crowds the plate, talking about making trades, I throw a fastball right at their chin. And they back up and they're like, oh, all right. And so but I haven't thrown any fastballs lately. But we're not trading those two players." What two players? That's right. Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton. I continue. I'm still quoting Sean Payton. Why do people call? Basically because they know we're void of draft picks. There's that draft pick again for number 30. We're void of draft picks. There were some discussions a year ago regarding Cortland Sutton. But we like the group we're working with now. End quote. There you go. Sean Payton says, no, we are not trading Jerry Jeudy, and we're not trading Cortland Sutton. But what if the price is right? What if the price is right, meaning draft choice, meaning going after that linebacker I mentioned earlier at the start of the show? What if the price is right? Remember, they have Marquez Callaway. I'm not saying that Marquez Callaway should replace Jerry Jeudy. I don't want to get rid of Jerry Jeudy. But I'm not Sean Payton, and I'm not George Payton, and I'm not Greg Penner. I don't know what they're thinking. Every team, every person, every player has a price, a price that they're aiming at. Everybody has a level where they're going to cave in. Everybody does. I've done it when I bought cars. I said, well, I'm never going to pay no more than this. And then they come back with, okay, I'll do it. Everybody has a price. Don't think for one moment the Broncos don't have a price for Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton. Don't even think that for one moment, because that's not the case. They do. Do you think right now, I know this is not going to happen, but I'm just saying, if a team were to approach the Denver Broncos and say, hey, we will give you our number 4th draft pick in the first round, our first round draft pick, number 4, for Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. And it's exactly what the Denver Broncos, who they want to get. You don't think for 1 minute they wouldn't make that deal? Come on, man. Think again. Maybe they wouldn't give both. Maybe they would give Jeudy and the 3rd round draft pick. I'm just saying. Everybody has a price. Every team has a price. Every player has a price. Don't even think for one moment that's not a possibility. I continue. New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are still involved in talks to different teams to trade for star wide receivers. Broncos Jerry Jeudy and Cardinals DeAndre Hopkins are their targets. There's what I just said. Earlier, I said Jerry Jeudy. If somebody comes calling and says, hey, I don't know how high the Patriots are. I haven't followed the draft order as of late. But there again is another team. And the Patriots, Bill Belichick and the Patriots, they're relentless. They'll offer the farm if they really think that the player they're going to get is going to help their team. Absolutely, they'll mortgage the farm. No doubt about it. They're not stupid. They're not going to make ridiculous trades or ridiculous offers, but that they're still there. They're still, seeing what button they can push. I continue. These talks could heat up as the draft gets closer per Boston Sports. There you go. As it gets closer to the draft, teams are going to be calling for Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton. Primarily Jerry Jeudy, because the year he had last year. The thing is this. When does the pie get sweetened even more? When does George Payton go, man, we could get the number 6 pick in the first round for Jerry Jeudy? When does it come to the point where he goes, you know what? I got to pull the trigger. Or does he stand pat and say, no, I don't care if you give me the number 1 pick overall. I'm not doing it. I don't think that would ever happen, obviously. But the point I'm trying to make is this. When does the pot get sweetened even more? Do the Broncos bite at number 30 in hopes to get this guy? Do they move up? Do they try and get in the first round? That's going to take a Jerry Jeudy and a Cortland Sutton and or. It's going to have to. No doubt about it. If the Broncos move up in the first round or even the second round, it's going to have to be because Jerry Jeudy is in the mix. And I don't want that one bit. Not one bit. I just read to you a couple of segments ago that Sean Payton says, no, I don't want these guys gone. Period. We're not trading them. But Sean Payton is not the general manager. And Sean Payton's not the owner. He's not the CEO and Greg Penner. How much say does Sean Payton have? I would say quite a bit. But when it comes down to brass taxes, when it comes down to ownership and general manager, does Jerry Jeudy leave Denver for the Patriots draft pick? For any other team draft pick? I don't know, and I don't want it. Period. I don't care. I don't care if we moved up. I don't want to move up in the first round. Stay where we are. Keep our freaking players. Don't do something stupid. We have linebackers. We have Josie Jewell. We have Singleton. I mentioned that earlier in that segment. Just frustrating. I just don't want it. Don't want it. Okay, Pablo. Thanks, Pablo. You're getting me calmed down, man. Hi, Bill. How are you, buddy? I'm doing good, man. Thanks, Pablo, for chiming in. Always appreciate it. Like always, I just had to get off my soapbox. I don't want to go that way. All right. Speaking of getting off my soapbox, now I got to go a completely different direction. Okay. This is, you guys got it, Jackass of the Week. All right. You know, I never like bringing the Jackass of the Week because that means it's somebody's done something stupid, something irrational, something that they think about later on and go, God, that was stupid. I should never have done that. Well, yeah, hindsight 2020 is always perfect. But when you ruin a career, you ruin your legacy because you did not think and you reacted. That bothers me greatly. And I know alcohol could be in it. I know it could be fame and fortune. I understand that. But, dude, you got to check yourself. Every single one of these guys has to check themselves. And they don't. And this is the result. NFL Network is parting ways with analyst Willie McGinnis per Mike McCarthy. McGinnis is being sued for allegedly attacking a restaurant patron in West Hollywood on December 9th. Okay, now, I have a problem with two things on this. First off, it's an alleged attack. Well, if the NFL Network is going to part ways with Willie McGinnis on a alleged attack, that's wrong, because now you're being proven guilty before you're proven innocent. or assumed guilty before proven innocent. That's wrong in the American Constitution. You're innocent until proven guilty. In this case, it doesn't seem that way, except for one thing, and that is if it's going to be, and I'll read a little bit more. So let me get into that before I make my comment. McGinnis voluntarily surrendered to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department on December 19th of last year. He's facing, now hold on before I get into that. If he voluntarily turned himself in, that means that he knew he did something wrong. Now it says that he allegedly attacked. We don't know what the attack is. I mentioned this when it did happen, that it is a fact. They have it on camera. They know it happened, that he attacked this restaurant patron. Don't know why. Maybe he asked for an autograph and McGinnis didn't want to give it to him. Maybe he called him names. I don't know. Doesn't matter. You don't take violence into your own hands. You walk away. That's what you're supposed to do. I know that these guys with all these egos and these prima donna ways, or their fame and fortune, don't you know who I am kind of guy. No, it doesn't matter. You walk away. You do the right thing. But McGinnis didn't do that. I continue. He's facing 2, not 1, but 2 felony charges and possibly 8 years of prison. Now, I really don't think he's going to get 8 years of prison. No chance. No way. Not happening. Why? Because we've already had a precedent that when you're an athlete, you get away with murder. Do I mention a certain person that wore number 32 in the NFL? You don't serve what you're supposed to serve. You just don't. You get a slap on the wrist, or you get a suspension from the NFL, or you do community time or such. You really don't go to prison unless it's really blatant. I mean blatant. It has to be blatant. And this isn't. There's no way McGinnis is going to get 8 years. He may get 8 years of probation, which I even doubt that. Probably only going to get a year of probation. And I don't know, community service maybe? But the bigger thing is this. He lost his NFL Network status. He lost being on the NFL Network, getting paid to be on the NFL Network, giving his knowledge about football. But no, he, in a moment of anger or whatever drove him to allegedly, I have to use that word because that's what it is, allegedly attack a person in a restaurant. Yeah, now you just threw everything away because you did not use this thing that God gave you, a brain, common sense, do the right thing. No, now you threw your career away. Now you thrown your reputation away. And now you're on my Broncos Breakdown Jackass of the Week. Again, these guys will never learn. They will never learn. Absolutely never learn. And that is beyond frustrating to me. Because these kids, these young kids look up to these athletes. They look up to them and they want to emulate them. You want to emulate them in this fashion? I certainly don't want my grandson emulating him. He's not a Patriots fan, but still. I don't want these kids looking up to these guys and then repeating it 20 years later. Will you ever learn? I don't know. Anyways, I continue. NFL Network suspended McGinnis and removed him from the air pending investigation of the charges per Pro Football Talk. That happened back in December. That last part. Yeah, he's been suspended for all this time. Now, there's no way in my belief that the NFL Network would have suspended him and now banned him from being on the network if there wasn't concrete evidence, video showing the altercation, whatever it was. So, I mean, again, is he guilty until proven innocent? Yes, to a degree, because there hasn't been a trial or anything like that. But if a person does something detrimental to the league, detrimental to a network, detrimental to your boss. When I worked in the school district in Southern California, in maintenance, I had certain guidelines that I had to abide by. If I crossed those, even though I was in a union, they could fire me. They could, because it was detrimental to the school system. So same thing with here. The NFL Network, they can do what they want because it was detrimental to what they hold to their standards. And Willie McGinnis, in a moment of whatever it was, threw everything away. And I know it happens in lives all across the country, all across the world. It happens all the time. But that's when you got to check yourself and say, wait a minute, whoa, if I cross this line, I'm off the cliff. I am done. I'm gone. You can't do that. I'm sorry for Willie McGinnis. I wish it hadn't happened to him. But like I said, he brought it upon himself. And that, to me, is an extreme shame. And like I said before, guys, I really don't like doing the Jackass of the Week. I really don't. Because it just means that somebody else ruined their lives and their careers and anything else that it's tied to. It's sad. But I had to bring it because, it's out there. And that's part of what I do on the show. All right. Holy smokes. You have got to be kidding me. Come on, Dixon, where in heaven's name have you been, my friend? Madungus Creevy and I have missed you on the neighborhood. We've missed you. I've missed you on the show. We talk about you all the time. Where have you been? I know you're getting ready to get married. And so that's awesome, dude. And I even told Mike, I said, what? He's getting married, man. He's got to settle down. He's got to make all these plans. But nice to have you in the house. Come on. Always nice to have you, man. That's awesome. Pablo says, my dad's getting better, Bill. Good. Prayers for him, man. I'm really, really glad that he's getting better. Keep me informed whenever you're on the Friday show or the neighborhood or whatever. Keep us informed on how your dad's doing, man. Really appreciate it. And I wish him all the best. Prayers go out to him and you for your strength, and glad to hear it. Let's see. Kamai says your kids can look up to me. Yeah, they probably can. Kamani, I would definitely agree with that. As much as Jeffrey's Kingdom Chiefs. How you doing, Jeffrey? It's nice to have you in the house as always. Good to have you. Don't have any Chiefs news, but hey, when it does come across, I will have that if and when it does happen. Kamani says, I'm sorry, bro. I've been hanging out with. Well, that's what I said. That's what I told Mike. It's all good, Kamani. Hey, you're getting married, dude. You're not married to MHRT. You're not married to me or Mike. You're going to get married to your fiance. And that's awesome. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. More power to you. And I wish you all the best, my friend. I wish you all the best. Okay. Kamani also has a question. What do you think about us going after Connor, who used to play for us? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to fit into Sean Payton's way of doing things. I just don't know that. Anytime a Bronco player, used to play with us, absolutely, I want him back. No doubt about it. But I just don't know when it comes down to, the scheme of what our new offense, our new defense, our entirely new team's going to look like. I just don't know. Okay. A sale update. Now, we all know that the Denver Broncos were bought up by the Walton Penner Group either right before 2023 or right after. I think it was right before. Well, there's another team that's potentially up for sale, being pushed by the NFL. This is an update. Adam Schefter reports on the pending sale of the Washington Commanders. The Josh Harris and Mitchell Rales group, which now includes Magic Johnson, is Magic Johnson officially has submitted a fully financed bid that meets Dan Snyder's, you ready for this? Dan Snyder's $6 billion offer or asking price. Wow. Wait a minute. $6 billion for the Washington Commanders, who haven't been anywhere sniffing the Super Bowl since they beat the Broncos in what, 1985? Seriously? The Commanders are going to be worth more than the Broncos were worth. You've got to be kidding me. Dan Snyder is out of his pea-brain head. $6 billion? That would be stupid to pay that. Absolutely stupid to pay that. What do the Commanders have better than the Broncos have? They don't have a better team. They don't have a better head coach. They don't have a better ownership, because Dan Snyder sucks. But I'm just talking about present. They don't have a better ownership group. They don't have better facilities. They don't have better potential. The Broncos have Empower Field in that whole area. They have Dove Valley. They have the state-of-the-art practice facility. You mean and a better organization. You mean to tell me the Washington Commanders are worth $6 billion? No freaking way. Absolutely no way. There's no way the Washington Commanders are worth $6 billion. I don't care if they're in Washington. What does that mean? Oh, Washington's better than. No, how many games are sold out by the Commanders compared to how many games are sold out by the Broncos? And don't even go down the road of there's nothing to do in Denver. There's better things to do. And why? No, there's not. That was a stupid ass excuse that the fans, quote, fans said about the Chargers in San Diego. Well, we got the beach. We got the mountains. We got outdoor stuff. We got this. Football is 1 day a week. You can't sacrifice 3 hours of your freaking weekend to go to a game and support your team that you say you're a fan of. You can't give up 3 hours. Oh, it's expensive. Well, of course it's expensive. But when you have 3 million plus people living in a certain city, San Diego, that can't support a team, you got 8 home games. Well, now you maybe have 8, then you have 9, whatever. Let's just say 8. You got 8 home games. Okay? That just means you only have to have 6 times 8. 8 times 6 is 42. So you only have to have 420,000 people buying tickets to go to a game. One ticket, one person, 400. That's what I say. 8 times 8, 48. 4,800. Excuse me. Yeah, 4,800. No, 48,000 people. Just buy one ticket. And you cover the entire home games. Out of 3 million people, you can't do that. If you say you're a fan, you're lying. You're totally freaking lying. Absolutely lying. And that's what I don't get. Washington is not better than Denver. Well, not geographically, but Washington not better than Denver when it comes to sports support, Broncos support, Commanders support. No, Broncos sell out all the freaking time. They may not show up because they were pissed off last year because we had Hackett and that debacle. I don't blame them, but they were still sold. That's the point. Even though I hate it when they stay home, because to me that's stupid. I'm paying for something I'm not using. That's ridiculous. But I digress. Anyways, $6 billion for Washington Commanders? Snyder is smoking something, because that's not even fathomable. They're not even fathomable. And if these guys pay it, they're idiots. They're just, in my opinion, they're stupid. All right. It says right here, if it is accepted, this deal would break the record sale of the Denver Broncos by the Walton Penner Group of $4.65 billion. That's what I was saying. It's stupid. Absolutely preposterous. There's that word again. Preposterous. It is. It's ridiculous. It's asinine. It's stupidity. It comes down to the fact that just these guys, who did I say it was, Harris and Rails, they just want to own a team. They want to be an owner of an NFL franchise when there's only 32 of them. That's what they want, and more power to them. But paying $6 billion? Holy crap! Wow, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Wow. Kamani says, I think Magic Johnson can turn the Commanders around. I'm not quite not following you here, Kamani. I'm sorry, I'm not. Magic Johnson, basketball player, and I'm not quite sure I don't know anything he's done after basketball, but I don't know if he's been on the business side of positions that he's held. I don't know that. So I'm not sure. I could be just throwing it out there, but I mean, Magic Johnson has a name. I'll give you that. He does have the name. He is going to draw fans just because of the name and his presence, let's say in the skybox and all that kind of stuff, and maybe getting autographs or whatever it is. Yeah, he's going to be the face of the new ownership should it take place. But I mean, I don't know as far as turning it around financially, productivity on the field, all that kind of thing. I just don't know. Okay, Pablo comes in with an Avalanche question. Who do the Avalanche play next? Tomorrow, we are doing, Madungus and myself are doing the Avalanche neighborhood. That starts at 6 o'clock Pacific time. The Avalanche play at home against the Dallas Stars. This is an absolute must game. We have to win this game. We didn't beat, hang on a second, guys. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. We did not do our best and beat Minnesota. We lost to Minnesota on Wednesday. Or was it Thursday? No, today. It was Wednesday. Yeah, we lost to the Wild on Wednesday. We now play Dallas on Saturday, tomorrow. So tune in for that. Hope you enjoy our show, the Avalanche neighborhood. Kamani says, Hitman Bill, you said a mouthful. Meaning what? Meaning what I was talking about here with the update on the sale? Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Come on, $6 billion for the Commanders? Really? I wouldn't pay $6 billion, even if I had it. Not for the Commanders. All right, Kamani says, look what he did with the Dodgers. That's true. That's true. Okay, I will give you that. Yes, he did turn the Dodgers around, and yep, they went out and won the World Series. So there you go. So who am I to say? Who am I to say that Magic Johnson wouldn't turn the Washington Commanders around? I mean, he's got the charisma. He's got the name. He's got the recognition. I mean, everybody knows, who he is. So, yeah, good. More power to him. I hope they do. I hope Magic Johnson does well. I really do. I always like to see somebody, cross over the lines, like going from basketball to football or from hockey to whatever, that kind of thing. I like to see that. It's good for sports. It really is. All right, Kamani. I know Madungus Creep is going to be really, really happy to see you. He's been bummed out, but we both understand, man. Hey, fiance and family come first, man. No doubt about it. But I like what you said. I'll be on there tomorrow with you guys. Appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it. Thanks so much. All right, we're gonna wrap up this show. This is interesting. This to me, this is gonna cause a lot of confusion. Not so much for the players per se. It's gonna cause confusion to me as a fan to recognize and see who's who with what number. Here we go. NFL numbers reassigned. Oh boy, here we go. NFL owners have approved players to wear the number 0. Why? Why would you wear 0? I mean, I know it's a number that most players don't want to have. I mean, I remember Jim Otto of the Raiders back in the day, a center. I believe he was 00. That's the only time I've ever seen anybody wear a 0 on a uniform. Now, Chicago Cubs baseball player Michael Stroman, not Michael. Anyways, Stroman, he wears 0, but that's in baseball. Why would anybody in their right mind wear 0? I don't know. I mean, to me, 0 is a nothing. I mean, why would you want to be known as a nothing? I mean, that's how I see it. Yep. Okay. Let me continue. This amended rule allows quarterbacks to choose from numbers 0 through 19. Defensive backs 0 to 49. Fullbacks, tight ends, halfbacks, and wide receivers also from 0 to 49 and 80 to 89. Okay, I understand that with wide receivers, but fullbacks to wear like a number 80? Oh, it just seems weird to me. That's not what I grew up with. I grew up with quarterbacks nothing higher than 19, which is what it actually it says, yeah, up to 19. You know, Johnny Unitas wore number 19. So, you know, but these other numbers, I continue. Hang on. Linebackers can now have numbers from 0 to 59 and 90 to 99. 99 number for a linebacker? That's a lineman number. I'm going to be so screwed up. I'm not going to know who's who just by trying to figure out the numbers. Offensive linemen remain between 50 and 79, while defensive linemen can wear 0. There's that 0 to 49 again. Defensive linemen can wear 0 to 49 and 90 to 99. Okay, well, 90 to 99 is what they're supposed to be. 0 to 49 has always been like corners and safeties, wide receivers, things like that. This is all screwed up. I don't know. Is the NFL running out of numbers because people or organizations are retiring numbers? Come on, where are we going to go next? 3 digits? I want to be 100. I want to be 110. I mean, what the heck? Continue. Punters and kickers can now wear numbers between 0 and 49 and 90 and 99. Come on, man. I don't want my field goal kicker going out there wearing number 91. What are you, a big ass lineman? You're trying to kick? No, that's stupid. I grew up watching football in the 60s, in the late 60s, when I was like 10 years old. They always had structures. Quarterbacks were between this category. Halfbacks were between this category, 20s to 30s. Then you went to the 30s and 40s. Then you went to the 40s and 50s and so on. Now it's all screwed up. You got wide receivers wearing number 1, number 3, number 5. Stupid. Why? Why are we doing this? Are we trying to appease the younger crowd, the millennial crowd, or whatever they call the kids now that are born? I don't know. XYZ thing, I don't know. Why are we doing this? Why are we making this thing so convoluted that we have no idea? That's another big word, by the way. That we have no idea what position is what. The linebackers were always in the 50s. You had Romanowski on the Broncos and wearing number 53. Why we had Junior Seau, the late Junior Seau, wearing 55. Why are we mixing up? Oh, so now you could have a middle linebacker like Josie Jewell wearing number 3? Stupid. Why? Why? Because the NFL wants more money. They want to be able to sell more jerseys. They want to be able to sell more tickets. They want to be able to sell more memorabilia, whatever it is. Because now you got to go out and get the latest, greatest New Jersey. It's all about money. Has nothing to do with being structured in the NFL. Has nothing to do with that. Has everything to do with monetarily getting the most they can out of their investment. And I can't fault them for that. I'm just saying this is stupid. I don't like it. I don't want my quarterback wearing number 49. I know they can't because I know it said between 0 and 19. I get that. But I'm just throwing it out there. I don't want my running back. I don't want I know Latavius Murray not on the team anymore, but I don't want Javonte Williams wearing number 3. That's Russell Wilson's number. I don't want him wearing number 99. Why? That's a linebacker, a lineman's number. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Let's see. Bubba says, hey, Bill, I'm watching the Lakers game right now. Awesome. Cool, Bubba. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Hope it turns out the way you want it to. Absolutely. All right. Pablo says, I think the Broncos should get their old helmets and logo back, which is much better than the one they have. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Pablo, you had to go down that road. You had to go down. You don't like this logo? Seriously? You don't like this logo? Well, let me remind you of one thing, Pablo. The only 3 Broncos Super Bowl championships they have is with this logo. It's not with the D. It's not with the horse spitting out what looks like, I mean, I know it's like vapor, like what do they call it? The breath. I get that. That to me is not aggressive. This is more aggressive. The darker color, blue, is more aggressive. You got me all spun up again, Pablo, and I've gone down this road many times. Broncos have never won with the D. They've never won a Super Bowl wearing the orange jersey. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Not. You cannot go backwards to what didn't work. And I know I've heard from many people, including Mundungus Creevy, uniforms and colors and logos don't make the team. Okay. They don't make the team, but it's a mindset. It's what you feel comfortable in. It's what you feel, I don't know, what energizes you. I've heard many, many players when they leave a team and go to another team. I heard this from, God, what is his name? Came over from Kansas City, wore number 90 for the Broncos in Super Bowl 32. Guy, I can see him. I can see his face. Anyways, he said, I forget who it was. Somebody went up to him and said, welcome to the good side. And his first comment was, you got that right. You got that right. I'm with the right colors. Yeah. I mean, I know he's saying the right things, but I've also heard other players say, hey, you know, I've always admired that uniform. People that go to play for the New York Yankees say, I've always admired this uniform. I've always looked up to this organization. Pinstripes, New York Yankees, whatever, you know, same thing with the New England Patriots, Green Bay Packers, LA Lakers. All of these different teams have symbols and they don't change them. Why? Because I know the Patriots changed their helmet and it looks much better, much better. Packers haven't changed it. Lakers haven't changed it. Why? The Yankees haven't changed it. Why? Because it's a mainstay. It's what got them the championships. You don't change what got you there, period. And I know, Pablo, I've gone off on the deep end on this, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean, I'm not upset by what you're saying. I appreciate what you're saying. I absolutely do. I'm just saying how I feel, how this guy feels. That's why I don't want him to go back. I want them to, if they can incorporate something to do with this logo, with the D, then okay, I'm good with that. But not to go completely back. Kamai said, next day we'll be wearing letters. Yeah, no kidding. You know, lineman, OLB, outside linebacker. I mean, yeah, it's stupid. It's just totally stupid. My goodness, man. We really going to go down that road of just letting anybody wear whatever number they want? Whatever happened to organization? Whatever happened to structurization? I don't know. Kamani says, they do that in college football, don't they? They're wearing those odd numbers. Yeah, I know, but that's college. Professional football should be totally different than college. Totally different. They're two different entities. They're two different levels. They're two different. I mean, the majority of the players that play college football never make it to the pros. They need to be different. The pros need to be different than college. They have to. Maybe not in the way they play the game, so to speak. I mean, to a certain degree, but they have to be different when it comes to a higher elite level. They have to. Otherwise, we might as well just be playing college football. I mean, I just don't like. I don't want to see my quarterback wearing number 45. I really don't. I'm sorry, but I just don't. That's just me. Bubba says, I love the colors of the Broncos won championships in. It brings hope to them for future seasons. That's what I'm saying. Every single championship the Broncos have won have been with this color and this logo, period. 32, 33, and 50. And all three of them were won not wearing the home orange jersey. That's why I don't like that's why I don't like the home orange jersey. I don't like it. I mean, I like it as an alternate. I think our home jersey should be the blue jersey, period, with the blue pants, all blues. That's my favorite. We won Super Bowl 32 with the blues. We won Super Bowl 33 with the whites because we were on the road, and then we won Super Bowl 50 with the blues. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And we went to many Super Bowls wearing the orange, and we laid a freaking egg and got our butt kicked big time. No, I'm not in favor of going back to the orange. And yeah, guys, I got the orange sweatshirt on, I know, but that's only because I went for a different look this time. I'm not pimping, and I'm not supporting the orange home jersey as our main jersey. I don't like it even to this day. I want the blue. I want the more aggressive look. Orange is kind of orange isn't that mean to me. Orange isn't that aggressive. Why do you think teams wear black? Why do you think the Raiders wear black? Why do you think the alternate for the Baltimore Ravens is black? Why do you think a lot of teams go to darker colors? Because that's the more aggressive look. And if you're gonna play and play a level that is not forthright, that is in your face type of attitude, and get the other team to back off, you're going to wear darker colors. You're not going to wear light color. Why do you think the home teams always wear dark jerseys? Because they're home. They want to send a message. Plain and simple. All right. Whew, no degeneration. Okay. How about we compromise? How about we have this dark blue with maybe an outer shade of light blue with an orange stripe? Like right here, you'd have, where is it? Okay, right here, you'd have the dark, let me go this way. You'd have the dark blue with the light blue, and then you got the orange. I'll go for something like that. I don't want the powder blue all the way back. It reminds me too much of the Chargers, and everybody knows I can't stand that. So I don't want powder blue predominant at all. Deep breath. Thanks, Pablo, for getting me back down to earth, so to speak. How's the weather here? We've had more precipitation in Southern California than Seattle has had all winter. And that speaks volumes, because that's never happened in my lifetime. And I'm 64 years old. So that's never happened. So weather right now is starting to clear up. I think we're going to have about I think we'll have 7 or 10 days of no rain. Finally, we haven't gone 7 straight days without at least one day, either right after the 7 or right before the 7 or in the middle or somewhere where we've had rain. We have not gone 7 days straight without rain since December. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Kamai says, I agree. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Keep our logo and colors. Exactly. That's my point. That's absolutely my point. Why change a good thing? And like I said before, it's not the colors that win us championships, but it's the way you feel when you wear those colors. I mean, there's certain shirts that I wear that I'm like, My wife just asked me the other day. She's like, you need to go through your shirts and clothes and stuff and get rid of things that you don't like or fit. Well, I've got several of them that I just don't like the way they feel. I like the colors, just doesn't like the way it feels. So when I put on one with the colors that I like and it feels, that's exactly, I wear it all the time. I wear those shirts all night, like this one right here. This dark blue feels nice. I have another one that cuts down like this, like a V. I don't like that. I don't like that open. I just don't like it. And frankly, I don't even like the colors. So it's all good. All right. Let's go. Bubba says it's 95 here today and I had to work. If anybody has questions on what I do, speak or please ask. Okay, Bubba, I'm going to ask you what you do. 95 degrees. Where are you? And where is it 95 degrees? Because please send it to Southern California. I'm sick and tired of the rain. I'm sick and tired of the gloominess. I'm sick and tired of it being in the 40s, or 36 degrees this morning when I went to work at the golf course. And the temperature only got to 61. We haven't even been in the 70s or 80s, maybe a handful times. I mean, literally a handful, maybe 5 times since January 1st. It's been crazy. Let's see. Pablo says, have the Avalanche clinched a playoff spot yet? No, they have not. Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. We're having an earthquake. Hold on. Wow. Hold on. Hold on, guys. If I have to bear with me, guys, I'll stay on as long as I can. My water over here is shaking like crazy. We just had a solid jolt of an earthquake. I don't know if it registered with the camera shaking on my laptop, but anyways, all right, we seem to be okay for now. Wow, that was weird. We haven't had an earthquake, and I'm telling you, this winter is weird. There was a tornado in Montebello, California, which is the greater Los Angeles area. There was a tornado that just ripped through buildings and just destroyed buildings. It lasted like about 30 seconds, but just wiped out a tremendous amount of buildings and cars. And thank goodness nobody was injured, or, well, there were some injuries, but no deaths. And then now we have a slight jolt of an earthquake that we haven't had earthquakes here in, I would say 5-6 years. I haven't felt an earthquake. So that was weird. Okay. Let me get a hold of my faculties on that. Let me take a drink of water on that. Wow, that was crazy. All right, well, Kamai says, wow, you never know what's going to happen on here. Glad you're safe, Hitman Bill. Yeah, I am. It was just weird. It was, I thought maybe I thought maybe I was adjusting my chair or something like that. But no, all of a sudden I looked over and at my water and it was shaking like this. My water bottle was going like this. And all of a sudden it stopped. And then I heard my wife in the other room tell her mom, I think we just had an earthquake. And that's exactly what I felt. So, wow, that's crazy. Bubba says, oh, that's right, Bubba, you're in San Antonio. That's right. I keep forgetting, man, where everybody's at. It's just one of them things. All right, guys, I've gone an hour and 18 minutes. I really appreciate everybody for being in the chat. Thanks so much for everybody's comments. We had Avatar, we had Bubba, we had Madungus Creevy, we had Pablo, Kamani, Jeffies. Who else we have? We also had, I'm missing somebody. I know. D-Generation X. And really appreciate every single one of you in the chat, as always. It's just, it makes the show that much better, makes it more engaging. You never know what's going to happen on the show, where you're going to see, you're going to see, a shaking of an earthquake or some other weird thing pop up. But right before we get out, Kamai says, those ding dongs coming out. Yeah, probably so. Yeah, thanks, Kamai, for bringing that back up. Always appreciate it, man. I'll never live that down, but hey, it is what it is. It happened. You're probably right. Probably finally shook them out and just shook everything. Pablo says, good night, pal. Good night, Pablo. Really, really appreciate you being in the house. As always, being in the chat. Thank you so much. And then Pablo also says, take care and stay safe. I sure will. Absolutely, I sure will. Guys, once again, thanks for chiming in. Thanks for being in the chat. Thanks for the support that you have for the MHRT Network and Broncos Breakdown. Really, really do appreciate it. You guys are the best out there. And I always look forward to engaging with you every single time I'm on, whether it's the neighborhood, like it will be tomorrow, the Avalanche neighborhood, or Broncos Breakdown. Absolutely appreciate it. All right, guys, you all know what's coming up. I just mentioned we got the neighborhood tomorrow with Douglas Creevy and myself. Monday we have the cluster puck with Britt and Nick. You know, that goes live on Mondays. Then we have Tuesday, we have the 5280 podcast, followed by the No Nonsense and Whiskey. Wednesday, we have the Wild Wild West, featuring a fan from every FC West team. And then on Friday, this show once again goes live. Broncos Breakdown with me, your host, Bronco Bill. Till then, guys, until tomorrow, until whenever you catch any of the shows, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much again for your support. Until the next time we talk, next time I see you guys, have a great, great weekend and a great upcoming week. We will talk to you next Friday. Bye-bye.